So last time we discussed about the electric charge. As I told you last time, electric charge is not something else. It is just a property of a matter, which means it has an ability to have an attraction or repulsion force between various objects. Okay. Today we shall discuss about some fundamental, or you can say some basic properties of an electric charge. So there are totally 3 fundamental or basic properties of an electric charge. These are as follows. Number 1, additivity. Number 2, quantization. Number 3, conservation. So we shall discuss these properties one by one in details. So you just make a heading, some basic properties of an electric charge. Then make a subheading, number 1, additivity. What does it mean by additivity? We can conclude by this word, additivity means addition. Addition means summation. So you please write down, according to this property, the net charge on an isolated body is the algebraic sum on charge individual points on that. Now I just explain. Suppose we have an isolated body. So this is an isolated body. We can consider that it is made of some small masses that we are taking these as points. So there are some points over this isolated body, inside this isolated body, and each points have a charge Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. And the isolated body net charge is capital Q. So according to this property, the total net charge on this body will be the algebraic sum of charge on individual points. That means Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, Q4, so on up to Qn. So I can write down this as sigma Qn. That's all. Got it, everyone? That means the net charge on an isolated body is the algebraic sum of charge on individual points on that body. Let's understand it through an example. Suppose I have an iron rod, right? Suppose it has some points over here inside it, and the charges on these points, suppose this has 10 coulomb, this has minus 5 coulomb, this has minus 15 coulomb, and this has 10 coulomb. Now I have to find the total charge on this iron rod. So this will be equal to, Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. So this will be 10 minus 5 minus 15 and plus 10. 10, 10, 20 minus 25, that is minus 5 coulomb. So the net charge on this body will be minus 5 coulomb. So this property is the additivity property of electric charge. I hope you got it? Okay. Now let's start with the next property that is very important, the quantization. So please make a new subheading, number 2, quantization. Quantization. What does it mean by quantization? As I told you before, when an object releases some electrons, loses some electrons, then it gets charged, right? So can you imagine that? Is this possible? Then a body is releasing electron 2.5. Is it possible that a body can release electron 2.5 electron, 3.5 electron, 7.5 electron, 7/2 electron? Is this possible? No, na? This cannot be possible, na? That means a body can release or receive electrons in number of as an integer. It cannot be fractional. It cannot be in decimal. It must be an integer. It must be an integer. Right? So according to this property, you just note down, the quantization of electric charge means that the total charge of a body, is the product of integral multiple. Integral multiple, that means n. N is an integer. Sorry, integral multiple of charge on an electron. Charge on an electron. Charge on electron. What did I say? I just repeat once again. The total charge on a body is the integral multiple of charge and electron. If I say in a simplest word that a body cannot have charge in a frictional. That means if I'm telling you a body is having the charge 5.2 coulomb, 5.3 coulomb, 2/5 coulomb. So this cannot be possible. That means a body can have charge only an integer number. That means a body can have charge 5 coulomb, this may be possible, -5 coulomb, this may be possible, 6 coulomb, this may be possible, 7 coulomb, this may be possible. But if someone is saying a body is having the charge 5/2 coulomb, this cannot be possible. Why this cannot be possible? Because the number of electron cannot be a fraction. It must be an integer. So what we can conclude from here, we can say quantization means a body, the total charge of a body must be an integral sum of a charge on basic elementary particle, that is an electron. So from here we reduce a formula, that is Q is equal to NE. Q is charge, N is number of electron, and E is charge on an electron, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So last time I told you about the inertia. Inertia is just a property, like the charge is just a property of matter. Inertia is calculated by the mass, right? Last time I told you na. Similarly, the charge on a body is calculated the integral multiple of charge on electron. This is a formula to calculate the charge on a body. So first, if we want to calculate the charge on a body, first we have to know how number of electrons. First we have to know number of electrons and charge on electron. So this is a constant charge on electron. So only one thing that we have to know, that is number of electrons, right? So let's understand through an example. Suppose this is a body. Suppose a body, right? It is rubbing with some other body and it is releasing 500 electrons. It is releasing 500 electrons. So it will be get positively charged. Am I right? Because it is releasing the electron, right? So now let's check it, how much charge it will get. So through this formula we can find, that is Q is equal to NE. So Q we have to find, number of electrons we have given, that is 500, and E, that is we have constant value 1.93. So this is 16 5 ja 80, or 1 2 3, that is 800 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. This will be positive because it is releasing the electron. So this is the new formula that we have evaluated from this. And sometimes you will see this is written as Q is equal to plus minus NE. Because this is an integer, integer may be negative or positive. So this is the, this is an integer, but charge may be positive and negative. This is why we are taking this plus and minus. Okay, number of electrons always is positive. Because we cannot say number of a body releasing electron minus 500. This must be a 500. Okay, so this is the concept of quantization. So this theorem first time introduced by the great scientist Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday suggested, you can say, or introduced this property of charge, and later Millikan's proved this property of an electric charge. Okay. So through this, if somebody say a body have a charge 1 coulomb, a body have a charge 1 coulomb. So 1 coulomb means that is plus positive 1 coulomb. That means it released some electron, it lost some electrons. So if we want to find the number of electrons, how many electrons that a body lost to have a charge 1 coulomb. So we can find it. So later I will tell you how to find it. Not now. Now I'm discussing on this. So I will tell you later in next class, next session. Okay. So two properties that we have discussed up to now. Now we will discuss the third, that is conservation. So please make a new heading, conservation. Okay. Conservation we have already studied in earlier classes. Conservation. The famous law that we have studied many of times about the matter. We have the conservation of matter. Now we have already studied about it. Matter neither be created nor be destroyed. Similarly, this is the same theorem. The charge neither be created or nor be destroyed. Neither created or nor be destroyed. So this is a theorem. You can write down, please write down. The charge neither be created or nor be destroyed. And if I want to tell you, if I tell you about this law or conservation of property of electric charge, in other words, so I can say this is an isolated body, right? Suppose it has the total charge, suppose this is Q, and suppose this is positive Q, this is minus Q, this is positive Q and this is minus Q. Suppose in some condition it becomes positive and it becomes negative. So you will see the total charge of an isolated body. It does not matter how many changes have done inside it. The total charge of an isolated body remains constant. So this is the actual line of this property. What did I say? The total charge of an isolated body remains constant. It does not matter how many changes that have done inside it. It does not matter. Right? So this is the main line of this property. And if I want to conclude from this line, so I can say the charge neither be created or nor be destroyed. Okay? So these are the if I give you some more example of this property, this is NaCl. This is NaCl, sodium chloride. So it is neutral, that means it has zero charge. Total charge is zero, right? When I will drop it into a water solution, aqueous solution, so it will be converted into its substituent particles, that is Cl, Na plus and Cl negative. So it has plus 1 or it has minus 1. So total charge will be 0. So before to putting it into a aqueous solution, it has 0 charge. Now I have converted this NaCl into its ions. So then later it has also 0 charge. So I made a change over here, but total charge remains constant. Total charge remains constant. So this is a conservation of electric charge. I can take one more example. This is gamma ray. Gamma ray has the 0 charge, and when gamma ray is split into two parts, so it becomes a electron and one positron. Electron has minus sign, it has plus sign. Total charge also 0 in right hand side. So that means an isolated body, the total charge remains constant. So these were the three basic, or you can say fundamental properties of an electric charge. These are very important in the context of board examination. One property out of them may come in exam, right? So quantization is very, very important. You just study about and just learn about the quantization. And number of electrons in 1 coulomb may be asked in exam. So in next class, I will tell you how many electrons have to lose to have 1 coulomb charge. So if I have time right now, so I can, okay, so now I can tell you, I just tell you in this class. Now what we are finding, how 1 coulomb, what is 1 coulomb? Definition of 1 coulomb charge. 1 coulomb charge. So according to quantization, we have Q is equal to NE. Here we have given Q is equal to 1 coulomb. E we have already given 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So I will find N. So N I have to find number of electrons. So N is equal to Q upon E, that is 1 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. If I simplify this equation, this will become 10 upon 16 into 10 to the power minus 19. If I can write on 100 into 10 to the power minus 18. This will be plus 18 and upon 16. 16 5 ja 16, 6 ja 96, 16 2 ja 65 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. That means 1 coulomb means if a body loses 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons, then it will get charge of plus 1 coulomb. What did I say? You just note down, I am repeating. 1 coulomb charge means if a body loses 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons, then this body would be called 1 coulomb charged. It is charged with 1 coulomb. Right? If a body is receiving 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electron, that means it would be called minus 1 coulomb charged. So this is 1 coulomb charge. This is so much charge. So many electrons are there. If I want to have 1 coulomb charge, so the body has to leave so many electrons, 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. So this is a definition of 1 coulomb, and this is also how many electrons have to lose a body to have a charge of 1 coulomb. So that's all for today. I'm giving you a homework. You just make a table and make a difference between the electric charge and mass. Both are the intrinsic property, that means fundamental property which cannot be defined further. Okay, you just make a heading and just make a difference between these two fundamental properties. That's all for today. So class will be continued by tomorrow.